this is a thin part with a constant thickness. If this part were a sheet metal part, then you're going to use a sheet metal feature. But let's assume that this is a plastic part, and we're going to use the regular extrusion. Probably going to draw this profile and extrude this way to make this part. But if you try to draw all the details of the profile, it's going to be too tedious. So instead, I want to use a open profile method. And also this part is symmetric. So I'll just draw half of it and mirror it. Make sure the unit is millimeters. I'm going to use right plane to make a sketch. I'm going to use a center line because I'm going to draw only half of it, the upper part. And I'm going to draw open profile, like so. I don't have to make a closed profile because there's a thin part, constant thickness. So let's start adding dimensions. So it is a good practice to use the largest dimensions first. So I'm going to add this overall width or height. Select the endpoint, select the center line because one of the selection is center line. I can move my cursor to the other side. It's going to be a symmetric dimension. And that will be 150. And to here is 68. And this length, enter escape, and that's going to be 28. So that already fully constrained this. And there are corners, corner fillets. Actually, in thin extrusion, it has an option of adding a corner fillet, but the two radii, they are different in this case. So you can't do different radii in the extrusion at the same time. So I have to add a sketch fillet in here. The dimension here, the internal, this is the internal radius, which is 2, and that is an external radius in 11. And thin extrusion, the internal radius you can specify. So I'm going to use this corner, add a sketch fillet, and the size will be 11. And just pick the corner, radius 11. Okay, sketch is done, and I can mirror the sketch, mirror about. That's center line, and that creates this profile, open profile. I'm going to create a extrude. You want to make sure that it's going in the right direction, so you can flip that thin feature. No, not that one. Sorry, the this one, thin feature, because this profile, this is an open profile. The thin feature is already selected. So here you can change the direction, which direction you want to thicken. This direction is the correct. That's how I drew it. The thickness will be 4. I can also add outer fillet corners. So these two are the corners, and its radius will be 2. And this radius is the internal radius. So internal radius and outer radius, but here, this radius is an internal radius. I want to extrude it by 100. Okay, so let's say okay, and I get this part. For pattern tools, I'm going to show in a separate video.